inches. So I am going to make sure I cut 14. So we're doing this together. Usually I have this done ahead of time. Hey everyone. Hi Deborah, Jacqueline, Patty, Penny. What is going on? It is early for y'all to be hanging out. Hey Melissa. You guys, Tuesdays have become my golden days. Tuesdays, Aaron works in the office. He takes the kids to school and he picks them up. I don't know how I got so lucky to do that, but it's amazing. So because I have this beautiful scissors here, I'm going to cut half of these at a time. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Wow, what are you guys doing? Hey, Linda, Candy, Tam, Bonnie, Jerry. What is up, y'all? I thought I was going to come out early and ain't no one going to be here. It's all right. So anyway, Tuesdays are my record, try to get ahead, no distractions, no kids, no husbands, unfortunately not even a dog anymore, but she wasn't a bother. She slept. She was like Rue, she slept all the time. Y'all. Hey Amanda. Hey everyone. Hi Steve. Sonia. Watching it rain. Oh, well, I hope it doesn't rain here because our basement will flood again. Let's keep the snow and the freezing. Drinking my coffee and learning from you. Awesome. Hey Melissa, I made my first pancake wreath last Saturday. Awesome. How'd it turn out? Sometimes it takes a little practice, just like anything else. Snowman decorations down, putting a Valentine. Good. See? Now I'm going to tell my husband, see? We still have Christmas up, and I was like, I'm still going to put a Valentine's Day. And he's like, no, you're not. I said, yeah, I am. When Braden is here, so we pick up I pick up my nephew Tuesday night. He'll be with us for a couple days. And I said, well, he's 2.5. I said, well, while Braden's here, we're going to take down the Christmas stuff. And he's like, yeah, I want to see this happen. It's like, well, I can't be downstairs. Hey, Angie Dunkel, thank you very much. There is only one of these kits left. So these did sell very quickly. There's one left. I do have more Easter kits coming, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to put out a St. Patrick's Day kit. Isn't it adorable, Steve? It's super cute. Very fun, very light colors. So you all know I prep before I start creating, and to me that's a valuable step, so I don't have to stop in between every single time I'm putting on a piece of mesh or need a piece of ribbon to get the value, to prep your material. So that's that. Also, I do want to tell you, so many of you are in my private messages, in my text messages, which I don't mind. Because I don't mind. And you're asking how I price, why I price something specific in a certain way. I did a class in 2020 all about my method of pricing a wreath, pricing a kit, pricing a class. I'm going to add in a bonus on a guide for boutiques. And so my class will be available very soon, hopefully in the next couple of days. So watch out for that. I'll send you all a text when it's available. Sometimes just having the confidence or knowing exactly how someone else does it is helpful. So that's in our future. All right, I prepped everything. So this was a kit. Again, it came with the side. It came with 14 feet of the plaid, 14 feet of the super cute eggs, a yard and a half of each of these for the bow. And remember, I'm telling you, that this might not be 14 inches long, so don't just cut them, because when my husband does it, he does it in 12 inches, and usually when I do it in 14 inches. So it's just make sure you're measuring before you just snip and cut. Okay, so these are for the bow. I'm going to set these aside. Oh, was it that long ago? Yeah, it was 2 years ago that I did that class. So we have some things that we're adding to it. Of course, after 2 years of being in business, we have lots of stuff to add to it, and some refreshers. For those of you who did take the original class, Hear Me Clearly, there will be a coupon code in that original class if you want to take it again. So I'll put that coupon code as soon as the class is available. I'll put that coupon code in that original group. And for those of you who text me and follow the instructions for the first class, I'll text you a copy. I'll text you that. So new wreaths on the block. I have to tell you this. Who is that behind that? New wreaths on the block. Who are you? I gotta tell you, I'm a New Kids on the Block fan, and I always have New Kids on the Block on the brain. And I saw your comment one of the other days on something, and I didn't read fully. Coach Jordan is always telling me I don't read. I didn't read fully, and I was having stop. Hope we don't have problems. It looks like it's back. We are also on YouTube, so the recordings will be available after the fact. Anyways, okay. So we have a 14-inch frame. We have 12 twist ties, which we're going to add right to the center. So I'm adding these to ring 1 and 2. Am I back? Yeah, I'm back. Well, I play Sesame Street characters. Aw, Nancy. Hi, Nancy. So anyway, new wreaths on the block. If you missed that, you gave me a slight heart attack. What is the class you're having? I'm going to be teaching all about my method of how I calculate my prices for all the things. How and why. I'll have spreadsheets. There'll be a workbook. The class itself will be 2 days. Will be 2 evenings, and then we'll do a third evening as a bonus for a Q&A. I like to teach y'all when I'm here. Y'all know, for those of you who have taken my classes, I'm all over the place. My brain is like firing like all these things, and plus your comments. So, but when I teach, I go into a zone. Y'all know who have taken my classes. I go into a zone. So we'll be holding questions until the end, and I'll be teaching like lecture style. All right. So we have 12 twist ties. What I did was we have 4 rings. We have a 14-inch frame, and we have 4 rings to this frame. 1, 2, 3, 4. We also have 6 brackets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what I did was for the first 6, I went right around ring 1 and 2, right where that bracket was. I twisted that nice and tight, making sure I grab 2 of the rings. And so it's nice and sturdy. So I did that right where the brackets are on ring 1 and 2. And then on the ring 3 and 4, I went right between. And I grabbed it kind of taut so that when I move my finger underneath, it doesn't slide back and forth. Oh, thank you very much, Dina. Thank you very much. Thank you, Melissa. You guys are all so sweet. I'm in Michigan. So the kit came with the sign, the mesh, the ribbons, the frame, the pipe cleaners, and 2 of the, 2 of the zip tie mounts came with the kit itself, okay? So I've already pre-cut our mesh, one of my very favorite mesh. I have a question. I'm new on Etsy. Do you get a W-2 form from Etsy? Yeah, so you want to check your the financial tab. You should get something in the mail, but you should also, I believe, be able to print it online. But the answer is yes. I used to live in Flint. Oh, that's about an hour and 20 minutes that way from me. Okay, so I already pre-cut. This is 10-inch mesh wide, and we cut them 20 inches long. After we cut all the stuff for this wreath, we do have a little bit left, okay? So, also in the class, will be, I always talk about how, stretch your materials and all this stuff, but I'll actually do a video on how exactly I get 3 pancake bases out of 2 rolls of mesh, and how much ribbon, and how I calculate it, and all of that stuff. So it'll be a great class, a great refresher, a great confidence booster. I sprained my left elbow carrying my 2.5. Aww. Oh no. Okay, nice ruffle here. I'm coming right to the outside. Twist, and I'm going to overlap it. This is my favorite. I should probably stop saying that, so the cost will come down. This is the worst mesh ever. Price it, discount it. I'm kidding. I love it. It's my absolute favorite. I love all the colors. This would be beautiful in a garland. When is the class? The class will be at the end of this. It's not I haven't listed it yet. As soon as it's listed, I'll text everybody the link to sign up. But it'll be the end of this month, the 27th, 28th, and 1st of March. So we're going to go 3 days. Everything will be recorded, so if you miss something, you can always go back. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you very, very much, dear. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate that, truly. I know, Steve, right? This is the worst mesh ever. Discount it, clearance it. But let me know first so I can buy it out. This is my favorite. I love this. Hey, Susan. So I'm overlapping. So for the pancake style, or for this style wreath that I do, is nice and flat still. So this is actually really nice too, because I see this blue line is right up the center. I just try to follow that right up, and I try to keep that right between my thumbs as I go. Okay, so I'm just gonna scrunch it, keep the blue, try to keep the blue right between my fingers. Okay, nice and tight all the way to the end. And when I let it go, nice spread there, nice coverage when I put it in. What type of mesh is your favorite? This mesh is my favorite. The jute with the foil stripes going through it is my favorite. Any color stripes, it's, crucial that the stripes are on the outside, so that when you, especially in this style, so when you put the ribbon in, you can still see those different colors, because you see the green and the pink, you're not going to be able to see. I do not always get live notifications. Do you by chance have an email opt-in? I do, but I don't sell, I do have an email opt-in for you to be on my email list, and those people who are on my email list have gotten an email from me for the last 4 or 5 days of free tutorials, actually. You can go to my website. It's sincerelycreativemom.com. It's probably better if you do it on your computer, because I'm not quite sure where it is on your mobile. But if you scroll down to the bottom, there's a spot for you to opt in to my email. Listen, I'm telling you, January tried very hard to get me down. A flood. My dog passed away. I'm coming out of this strong. 2023 is going to be my year that I get organized and I treat my business like a business. So this, Nancy, I bought in bulk from my supplier, but usually I buy from, of course, my friends over at Deco Exchange, the Wreath shop. There's a list of my favorite suppliers on my website. with all the direct links to get there. All right, so hey Bunky, that's a cute name. It is 20 inches long, 20 inches. Okay, so again, this was a kit. It came with the frame, it came with the pipe cleaners, it came with the mesh, it came with the sign, it came with 14 feet of the plaid, 14 feet of the eggs, and then 1.5 yards of each of the ribbons. Hey Megan, what's up, Mama? So I always put my favorite on the top. There was, when I started this, there was one kit left if you're interested. So I always put my favorite ribbon on the top, and I typically do 2.5 inch ribbons. It's my favorite. Not that I don't want to cover up my favorite mesh that I was just raving about, but I like to see the ribbon, of course, and that mesh is going to peek through exactly the way it's intended. Isn't it, Megan? It's my favorite. It's my favorite. Megan, I'm so stinking excited for you. Every time I see your post, because I don't know why, I've seen it in my feed a couple times, but every time I see your post about you being on stage with Damon at Wreath Makers Live, I cry. I don't know why I do that, but I'm so dang excited for you. I'm so stinking excited. How fun is that going to be? Aww. Well, Ravenna, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Bonnie. I'm glad you can listen. Hope you're listening. Hey, Loretta. All right, so we are doing 2 ribbons, and I'm just stacking them in there like this. Y'all, the boutique has been on fire with sales, so I'm trying to get ahead and rock it out and be ready for them. Aw, me too. I'm so happy for that too. You're so sweet. It's going to be so much fun. And I already got my cowboy, one of my cowboy hats, cowgirl hats, I guess you could say. All right. I cut these off because it's just extra and I don't need it. Okay? It's extra and I don't need it. I'm going to hide the rest of this underneath the left spot, and then I'm going to pull these apart. I haven't signed up for Wreath Makers Live because I have to go alone. No, girl, you're not going to be new wreaths on the block. Listen, we're going to be best friends. You cannot go. You're not going to be there alone. Do a lot of people go with, yes. Listen, I went to, thankfully, listening but not watching. Okay. I went to the very first Wreath Makers Live. I didn't know anyone. Well, I kind of knew Lisa. We were rooming together, but we never really met. And that's where I met Damon for the first time. That's where I met Tammy for the first time. That's where I met everybody for the first time. I remember even meeting Jordan, and he didn't talk. He didn't talk at all. He's like, who are all these people? Hey, Rosemary. I was crying happy tears for you. I was so excited. I know, Megan. I can't imagine. So great. So fun. Okay, I'm hiding this under the left side. So I keep forgetting this was a kit, and this actually is the tutorial for the kit. So I hide that under the left side. I pull this apart up and down, and I pull it apart side to side. Okay? Pull it apart up and down, pull it apart side to side. You want to make sure you're pulling it apart up and down so that when you pull it side to side, it actually stays. Okay? So pull it apart up and down, get those creases away from each other. Okay? And then pull it side to side. So after, so I did this class 2 years ago, but it never fails when we're in the coaching group, in the workshops. The number one question that is always asked is, what are you going to price that at? What are you going to price that at? What would you price that at? And so we'll be reviewing in very much detail how to price, how I price, why I price things the way I do. We'll be doing all that in the class. It'll be called Mel's Method 2023. And as soon as it's available, I'll send y'all a text. If you're not on our text message, you can join us. Love your wreath. Saw St. Patrick's Day one. Love the ribbons used. Please, where did you get the Susan? I've made a lot of St. Patrick's Day. Do you remember which day it was or what it looked like? I'm rooming with a friend I met at Fill Your Creative Cup. See, Candace? Yes. I'm so glad I got out of my comfort zone and went. Can't wait for Wreath Makers Live. So Candace was my event, your first one. Fill Your Creative Cup, was it the first one? Nancy says, I struggle with pricing. After the class, you will not struggle with pricing. You will not. As long as you listen and we get on a really real level, you will not struggle. The ribbons came from, I believe all of the ribbons came from CoachMelSupplies.com. Coach Mel, M-E-L, CoachMelSupplies.com. Y'all, that is my affiliate over to Deco Exchange, and when you use it, I truly, truly appreciate it. Okay, we're going to do the exact same thing right on the top. Y'all like being live in the morning? That's a little different for me. Right up the center, and we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to put our 20-inch piece of mesh in here. I just pre-cut it with my, I like you thinking how to touch the ribbons only one time. Yes. I'm not touching them again. Well, that's not true. At the very end, before I put it up on the door for pictures, I'll go through and make sure that they're all pointing out towards the edge, but that's it. Evelyn, you haven't? No. Angela, are you coming to Wreath Makers Live? Angela was at my event, or at our event. Actually, Angela was at both of my events. She was at my spring event last year and when Tammy and I hosted together. Y'all, I'm excited for this year, but I'm sad because I know with so many things it's gonna go fast. Angel says no. That's okay. Angel, you're busy. Dana loves the colors. Thank you very much, dear. Oh, well, our Mevo just stopped, but it looks like we're still live, so I'm going to keep going. Good morning, Carol. This, Kathy, it was a kit. There was one left when I started. I'm not sure if it's still there. Angela, if you're looking for Wreath Makers Live information, you can go to wreathmakerslive.com. wreathmakerslive.com. All of the coaches will be there. I will be on stage. I'm not designing, but I'll be on stage presenting and speaking about a very, very good topic. I taught my first class on Sunday. Awesome! I still have the rest of the day to practice routine. Yes. Hey, Nancy. So it just kind of happened, actually. I was teaching a class here in Michigan. Why does your note say text me? So I send out messages, not all the time, but sometimes. So I send out, and that's how I choose people for like our free boxes of ribbon, our practice ribbon, if you're on my text list. So that's what it's for. So it's turned out to be fairly expensive to send texts through that because they went through a change. And so I'm not sending text messages every single time I'm live anymore just because of the cost. Hey, Carol. Aw, enjoy your coffee. Melissa, just practice. Practice, practice. Be gentle with it. Make it go where you want it to go. But the number one tip I can tell you is when you are ruffling it, make sure that center is teensy tiny. The tinier it is, the more when you let it go, it'll spread. The more round it'll be automatically. You talked me into it. I just signed up for Wreath Makers Live. Are you serious? I gotta take a picture of that. Yes, this is so fun. So fun. Look at that. I'm so excited. How do we get on your text list? You just send a text. It's 810-498-2310. You just text that number. You can say anything. It is a service. It's my service. It costs me. It'll cost you just your regular, whatever your regular texting is, however you regularly text. New kids, see, I'm going to call you New Kids in the Block. New Wreaths on the Block. I'm so excited. And when you see me and you meet me and we take pictures, that's how you have to introduce yourself. Hi, I'm New Wreaths on the Block. Oh my gosh, how awesome. I love that name. Love it. Oh, I forgot what I was saying. It's okay. How fun is that? It's going to be so fun. All the events are very different. They have their own style. They have their own fun, their own everything. And it's really cool to see, all the different groups. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. So at Tammy and I's event in October, we had 80s night, and was it Tracy? I think it was Tracy or Teresa, I can't remember. Is it easier to scrunch the mesh when you have No, I actually use my fingertips. If you can see the indentions. I actually use my fingertips. I think it was Tracy. We had 80s night and she dressed up all decked out, New Kids on the Block, and I was like, yes! Can you post the number? Yeah. So can somebody type that number in for Kelly? It's 810-498-2310. So if I am doing my ribbon box giveaways for free practice ribbon, I choose from my list. If we have a class, such as the class that we'll be doing coming up, if we have a class available, I'll send text messages there. That way, I thought about you this past weekend. We found an old New Kids on the Block poster in storage unit that we bought. Candace, did you keep it? Sugarland, yes. Who's that? Vanessa's coming. Is Wreath Makers Live at a hotel? Yes. Is it 20 inches? Yes. So the mesh is 20 inches and the ribbons are cut 14 inches long. Thank you, Megan. Working out New Kids on the Block. So New Kids on the Block is having their first BlockCon event. It's Memorial Day weekend. I want to go so bad. I travel a lot, and it's all for business. I travel a lot. It's all for business. The only time I travel for pleasure is when the kids and I and Aaron all go to Gulf Shores and we meet with all the other coaches. It's not work. It is definitely a vacation, but that's my only, travel with for not work. So I want to go so bad. Ravenna signed up for Wreath Makers Live this weekend. Awesome. Okay, well, Candace, bring it with you to Wreath Makers Live. I'll take it off your hands. So I want to go so bad. It's in Chicago. It's May It's the Friday and Saturday before Memorial Day. I want to go so bad, but I can't see, aside from the cost even, I can't see leaving the kids and the family again for something that's just for me, like not for work. I'm struggling so bad. Plus I don't have anybody to go with, like, at all. Well, I do, kind of. I've never been west of the Mississippi. Evelyn! I've never been to California. Never been to Alaska. I have been out of the country. When I was 14 years old, 14, I was in the band with school, and I was a freshman. And the band, the entire band, 150 of us, went to England for 2 weeks. I was scared out of my mind. I actually had no idea what I was in for, but it was a great time. Okay, so the exact same thing we did on that first layer, we did on the top layer. The exact same thing. First layer, we did the exact same thing on this top layer. So we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to hide this little piece here, and we're going to pull it up and apart. I'm going to pull it up and down and side to side. Up and down. And so I know the view that you're getting, it looks like the outside of this, the entire mesh is, this is really stinking cute. It looks like the entire mesh is covered, but it's really not. I can see clearly all the little parts that are peeking through. It's perfect, perfect. I want to go to England so bad. My bed. Oh my gosh, we have a place to stay, Pamela. Go. It's so cool. Like, I think back now, especially, like, you know, watching the weddings and stuff, like at Westminster Abbey and the Mathematical Bridge and the London Bridge and all these things. And I'm like, I was there. I was right there. So cool. I went to Korea in the fall a few years ago. It was so, oh, awesome. Aw. That sounds like fun, Candace. Freezing, really? I love Tennessee. It's one of my favorite states. Definitely one of my grandparents, they lived here, but they drove down there to Jellicoe, Tennessee to get married. My friend is 4 hours. You gotta go. Go, go, go. Yes, Evelyn. That's a perfect birthday gift. All right. So really pretty. I can't zoom in or out because my phone that is attached to our Mevo it turned off. So I don't know why. I don't even know how we're still live, but we are. I'm going to take it. Okay. So this side, although is fairly big enough to cover most of those twist ties, we want to make sure we cover all of those twist ties. So we're going to do a little we're going to do, how are we going to do this? We're going to do, that and put the tag down there at the bottom. That's what we're going to do. I'm so excited. I'm getting supplies prepped to make candle rings. Yes. After your surgeries. What kind of surgeries? Told my husband I needed to move to Michigan because my allergies. Then I saw your snow. Yeah. No. Actually, I know I'm not the only Michigander that thinks this. But I was like waiting for snow this year. There was like no snow, and I was so excited for the kids to play in the backyard because we got the fence last year, and I was so excited for them to just be able to just go. And then there was like no snow. Like, where is the snow? I'm gonna put the bow on the bottom. Pam, I'm gonna put the bow on the bottom. Okay, so your kit comes with these two zip tie mounts, you can peel off the back, add a little bit of, do this for security, just for an extra bit. You can put a little bit of that super glue or Dap Rapid glue on the back. When I do that and put it down, I always use those clamps that I got from Harbor Freight, and I clamp it on there. So like I'll prep this first and then make the wreath, and then when I'm done, they're on there, they're on there good. Hey, Lisa Callum. Lisa, I was just telling them how at the first Wreath Makers Live, I didn't like know you, but I met you there and we roomed together. So Lisa and I roomed together at the first Wreath Makers Live. We remained friends the whole time. And then she was on stage in October at our event, Tammy and I, and we still roomed together. And then we're gonna room again together at this next Wreath Makers Live. Anyway, so if you don't have a staple gun, these come with your kit to use. I like to personally use a staple gun just because I feel like it's a little bit more secure. So that is that. So excited. I'm facing 3. Oh no. Can you, what? From an auto accident. Oh my goodness gracious. Ginger. Well, I hope that your family will be very helpful, and I'm sure you'll recover just fine. And you'll only be down for a little bit, and then you'll be back at it. Right? We'll send you lots of prayers. All of us. Not well. That wasn't a requirement, I'm just saying. And you'll be just good. You'll be good. Alright. I'm going to twist that a little bit. Hey, Sherry. You can, Nancy, you can do virtual for Wreath Makers Live. If you can't make it there in person and you really just want to see what it's all about and hang out with the folks that are in the live stream, you can totally do the live stream instead. So now I'm just going to slip this all the way through. Y'all, for those of you who are watching, if you're brand spanking new, don't forget to give us some hearts. And make sure you're following our page so that you can see us in the future. If you have any questions that I can quickly answer, please feel free to give us to text us. Also, I try my very hardest. Usually I do it in the evening to text everyone back if there's a question. Or if you're sending a picture of your wreath over and you have questions. The only time I don't text back is when I'm reading your comments or your text messages at 3 in the morning. Figure that's probably not nice for me to do. Good morning, Deco Design Works. Good morning. Y'all, when you're commenting from your page, I don't know what your name is, so I don't know what your name is or who you are behind there. Alright, we got those covered, and then we have room for our bow at the bottom. So the bow will kind of go over our sign. I always like to have something covering our sign. Not covering it, but just kind of going over it, making sure it kind of looks like it belongs there. It's not just an afterthought placed there. So I always have a little bit going above or a little bit on. So our bow is going to go right here at the bottom. This is stinking cute. Set these aside. Hey, Vera. Welcome, welcome. Yes, so let's do just a recap just before we keep going. It is, hey, Michelle. It is a 14-inch frame. We have 12 twist ties. We have 6 on the outside and then 6 on the inside. We did, our mesh is cut It's 10-inch mesh. It's cut 20 inches long. We put one piece of mesh in all of the twist ties. We have two 2.5-inch ribbons here. They're all wired. They are 14 inches long. We dovetailed the end of all of them and put a pair. We put the eggs and the plaid in each twist tie. We added our sign, softens the edges. Yes, that's what I was looking for. We did add our sign already, and we're going to add a nice sweet bow. Lisa Callum, I get to see Lisa. It's going to be a busy year, y'all. It's going to be a busy year. Okay. Hey, there you are, Michelle. Okay, I have the 7 inches on the tail. I'm going to do about 6 inches on the loop. Okay, and then I'm just going to pinch. Now we're going to do a Lisa bow, speaking of Lisa. So I'm going to pinch, kind of pull that apart there, twist, and another loop. Okay, so I can see all the pretty sides on the top. I'm going to pinch, and then twist, and then loop, and then pinch, and then twist. And I'm going to slide it down in here. Now, for this style, typically my bows are the same every single solitary time. I know how big this wreath is going to be. I know how much the sign is going to cover. I know how much space I'm going to have left. So typically, every single time I make this bow, it's the same. We're talking about recipes here. Recipes are important. I don't have to measure, see what's going on, all the stuff. I don't have to do that. I just know what to make because I've made this style over and over and over again with just different supplies. So knowing a recipe and having something that it could be this recipe, that's fine, but knowing something you can always make and you don't have to think about it. You're walking through your craft room, you know, I need 2.5-inch ribbons. I need 1 roll of mesh. I don't need a whole roll of mesh. I need a sign and I need 3 different ribbons for a bow. Boom. Okay. All done. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, dear. Okay, so we have a nice pink coming in here with more bunnies. Now, also, not only do you not have to, you know, figure out what measurements you need this to do, but on your bows, the only measurement you need is the bottom. Because other than that, as you go up, as you put in the next layer and the next layer and the next layer, your loops just get smaller. I do about a finger smaller. Kelly, it's a Fiskars. If you go to my page, the sincerelycreativemom.com, my website, and you go to my blog, there will be a list of all the supplies I use. And you can find the exact links that I use right there. Okay, so this one has 2 loops, and this side has 2 tails and 1 loop. Okay, I'm going to make sure my 2 loops are always going opposite. So my 2 loops are here. I'm going to put my next 2 loops over here. And then we're going to top it off with a really cute stripe. I'm just smoothing it out there. And then the top of this one is just going to be a little loop, maybe 2.5 inches long. I seen a video last night. A person was using no fray on the dovetail. No, it's not necessary. I've literally never used it. Okay, this is not going to count towards our 3 loops, but we still need 3. 1, twist, loop, pinch, twist, loop, and tail. Okay, I still want my 2 loops to be opposite of these 2 loops, so I'm going to put it over here. And I haven't pounded that one in yet, so it's still hanging out. I'm going to take our pipe cleaner, add it to the edge. And then I just like to put one pipe cleaner and slide it through there So again, this was the video to a kit. I'm not quite sure if it sold out or not, but all right. You guys, I just went through organizing my entire craft room, my craft space. In a week, last week, I ruined it. It's totally ruined. It's totally ruined. It's totally ruined. Okay, this wreath is going to go a little high, or the bow is going to go a little high. See, like this. So now I'm going to put that pipe cleaner right here. I'm going to pull it down about right here. Okay, so that bow will sit right there. And I'm also going to, I do this, I think all the time, I'm going to make sure that my ribbons, the tail, that bottom layer where the tails are, because that's the longest part of this bow. Remember, this was 7 inches and the loop was 6 inches. So I'm going to put the longest part of that bow facing out towards the edge, not up towards the sign. Is it bad to use screws in the bow maker? I have never used screws. I have no idea. I did try gluing them in, but that didn't work. It's fine. It's totally fine. Thank you, Patty. Thank you all for sharing this video. I appreciate that very much. Like I said, I'm trying my hardest to be live more. I'm on a mission for 2023. I'm on a mission for January. It is not going to keep me down, y'all. It's not happening. Oh, Rosemary. Okay, well, Rosemary said she had her husband screw hers in. Is it good now after that? Hey, Jennifer. Thank you. Thanks, dear. Thank you, Susan. All right. So, bows. Okay? Bows. My bottom layer, my tails are out to the side, and my loop is in the center. Now, remember, each layer did opposite. So, the next layer just had 2 loops. So, I'm going to put those 2 loops in between. So, we have brown bunny, pink bunny, brown bunny, pink bunny, brown bunny. Okay? Then I'm going to go to the next layer. I want these to be in between the layer below it. So here's my layer below it. So I'm going to put this stripe on one side of that. I'm going to put this on the other side. Okay? So now I have stripe, bunny, stripe, bunny. I need another stripe over here. Well, let's do the other side of it first, actually. Okay? So I'm going to pull those out, and then I'm going to go again. Now I have brown bunny, brown bunny. I need a pink bunny. I'm going to put my pink bunny over there. So I have pink bunny, brown bunny. I need pink bunny here. And then naturally I just put the pink bunny in between those 2 browns. Now I'm going to do the same. I need a stripe over there, and I need stripes over here in between. So all I'm doing is layering those in between each other, right? Super fun. Now, of course, the very last thing I do, I try really hard to not play with these during the creation. I'll put them in and then leave them. And then at the very, very end, I'll go through and pull them apart. Y'all, I appreciate you for watching. I was not expecting y'all to be on so early, so I'm glad I did decide to come out early. Again, this was the video for a kit that I didn't make before I left for the workshop. I looked down this morning and I was going to go live in the How to Make Wreaths group for St. Patrick's Day. And I looked down and I was like, oh, I have to do this. So for those of you who bought the kit, thank you very much. Y'all, you will see me again. I'm not sure exactly. Hey, Margaret Baker. I'm not sure exactly when you'll see me. I pick up my nephew tonight. So
Maybe not tonight. He's 2.5, and that's going to be fun. But don't forget, we have, I don't know if we have this one still left, but we do have another Easter kit, and it had carrots in it. It was really, really stinking cute. We have more kits coming this week for sure. Don't tell my boss I'm watching. Jennifer. Oh, it's end of the month, so I hope you're not in the accounting world. So thank you very much for watching. Again, don't forget to be on my text message list. For those of you who took the Mel's Method class 2 years ago, there will be a coupon coming out to you for the next class. And if you're ever wondering, what are you going to price that at? What would you price that at? This class will definitely be for you. Again, I don't beat around the bush. I don't tell, stories that are not true. I tell you exactly my journey and how I do things. So if you want to know exactly how I've come to where I am as far as pricing and how that works, what it looks like, I'm talking exact calculations because I'm like that. You don't have to be an accountant to know. I don't go really slow, but I do go slow to make sure everybody's understanding it on the same page. That class will be coming out soon, and I'm really, really excited for it. Watching you were traveling from Texas to Florida. Girl! Margaret. Oh, a different Margaret. I was going to say, Margaret, you're all over the place. I thought you were Margaret Baker. Wow, Margaret, you're doing a lot of driving. I use your method daily. Best class ever. It has helped me tremendously. Awesome, Bonnie. So for those of you who took the class 2 years ago, there's been 2 years of evolution here. So there will be some new information, some updates, a little bit more detail, and there will also be a coupon for you if you want to take it again for a refresher. So that is always an option. You will know what to do if you take your class. Oh, Evelyn, you're so great. You guys are all so sweet. Thank you very much. All right, y'all. I'm going to go for now. I don't know. Let's see if I can get this to work. Of course, I have no idea. Look at it. It's off. This is I'm supposed to be able to see you. Like, I'm supposed to be able to see you, and it's not. Let's see. Super excited for a refresher. Awesome, Bonnie. If we took your How to Host a Wreath class, is it different? Yes, but I've talked with Tammy. It is different because this is a pricing for all the things. Oh, there we are. Okay, we're back. Just like that. So I'll have to talk with Tammy to make sure it's okay. I put a coupon in there. Usually I put a coupon in the last class I taught, and if it's a refresher course, I'll put it in the original as well. So there'll be coupons in a couple of different places. Just before you sign up, make sure you look there for a coupon code. What I will not do, I love you all. I do. What I will not do is if you all are texting me and asking where you can find a coupon code, I have thousands of you here. I can't do that. So I'm going to leave it up to you to know where you were, what class you were in last, and you can find that class still on Facebook. Okay, it should be listed in your groups where you can find all your groups that you were previously in, and you can check there. All right. Okay, I'm out of here, and I will probably not see you tonight, and maybe Wednesday evening, because then he'll be all settled in. We only have him. We have Braden all day Wednesday. The kids are going to be so excited. They don't even know that he's coming yet. We're going to have him all day Wednesday and all day Thursday. And then he goes home Thursday night before I have group. Facebook P. Hey, Melissa. Make another group. It's all over. Yeah, it's all over. I took your original class with Limited. Oh, yeah, that was, Peggy, that was craft shows, about craft shows and hosting in person